It's time for the Trading Stocks Made Easy podcast. Each week, Trading Stocks Made Easy demystifies stock trading and investing so you can profit big. And now, here's the host of Trading Stocks Made Easy, the wealthy investor, Tyrone Jackson.
Well, hello there. It's Tyrone Jackson, the wealthy investor, and we are back together again. Wow, you must like me. You must really like me. Hey, listen, I'm glad we're together again. Today's show is all about patience, persistence, and profits. Patience, persistence, and profits. Now, today is slightly motivational, a little bit informational, and a little bit practical tools with trading. So let's take a deep dive and get started. You know, when we're investing in the stock market, that means we're willing to hold shares for the longer term, right? And let them appreciate in value. What makes the stock price go up? Well, obviously demand. What causes demand? Top line revenue. You know that already. If you just invested in companies whose stories you like and the top line revenue was there, guess what? You could be a stock market millionaire. Really, it's not that hard, but all wealth is taught, and that's what I'm here to help you with, okay? So the idea of buying stocks that have top-line revenue growth, we call them dates in the Wealthy Investor Program. If we just stayed with that practice, we would do just fine. Now, there's something that I find really, really interesting is when people take this journey with me and they start buying the stocks that I recommend, right? They get impatient. So a lot of people say, I want to make a lot of money. But you know what? To make a lot of money in the stock market requires, to some degree, A, a financial education, and B, patient. If you're the type of person that can't be patient, you can't wait for a stock to rise, to go up 25, 50% over a 2 to 3 year period, guess what? You're never going to be rich. The whole idea in investing is that you are putting money to work for you, right? And when money is working for you in a particular stock, that stock just simply doesn't go from 0 to 100 overnight. Generally, it takes years. So when you think of being an investor and a patient investor, it's like planting seeds in the garden. You have an image of what that flower is ultimately going to look like when it reaches full bloom, but you have to be patient. So the reason that there's so many stock market billionaires today, not just millionaires, but billionaires, is because they've built their wealth over time. So if you look at a company like Microsoft, we know Bill Gates is worth billions and billions and billions of dollars. Did it happen overnight? No, it happened over a period of time. He was patient and he grew his company and he grew the revenue and he had his ups and downs, because wealth is never a smooth ride, and he got to his destination. You look at another visionary like Jeff Bezos, for example, didn't know anything really about the financial markets. It was all explained to him. He took Amazon.com public, and then he grew the division, so the revenues grew, and his stock price grew over time, and he is worth billions and billions of dollars. Most wealth is made over time. Now, what makes the wealthy investor approach to stock market trading and investing is that we use time to our advantage, and most people hit some measure of financial freedom within 2 to 5 years. So if you don't have 2 to 5 years to change your life financially, then I am talking to the wrong person. But if you knew that your life was going to change financially in a 2 to 5 year period because you learned a methodology that was worth it, that works in up and down markets, would you do it? Now, it's easy to say, yes, Tyrone, I'm willing to be patient. But we all have stocks. Even though the long-term trend is up, we take a journey with that company. And those stocks sometimes drop. They come down, they go down 30%, they retrace, they go back up. That is part of the process. So if you're in the stock market to make fast, quick money every single week, guess what? The stock market is not for you. Because at some point in your investing career, choosing good stocks and holding on to them, you're going to have to be patient. I can't tell you in my 20 plus years trading stocks when I've had to hold on to a company for 6 months and it did not advance at all. But I was patient and I got the rewards. Next thing we're going to talk about here is persistence. Persistence. When you start making money on the trading side of things, remember there's investing for the long term and actively trading, sometimes that money is really fast. And the truth be told is sometimes you're trading stocks that make you a lot of money and then they all drop and then they don't move. And there goes your volatility trading. Your covered call premiums get smaller. What do you do then? Well, if you give up, perhaps you're not good at being persistent. You see, if you want to be great and if you want to have success at anything in the world, you're going to have to be persistent through the good times and the bad times. Now, I'm going to give you one little secret to my success, and I pass it on to my most successful students, and they will instantly understand what it is that I mean. Every time the market moves against me on a particular position, what that means in stock market terms is the stock that I've been holding or trading for a long time and making consistent money suddenly drops 30%. I know that there is a counter move on that stock. So what do I mean by that in stock trading terms? If I'm selling covered calls and volatility trading and all of a sudden the company puts out some short-term bad news and the shares drop, my counter move is always going to be spreads. Now, spreads are a little bit more complicated than just covered call writing, but if I know how to use them when stocks drop, I can always make money. But to get good at spreads, I must be what? Patient and persistent, right? So trading is a skill. Trading in up and down markets require a skill set. Markets are rising, stocks are bullish, covered call, volatility trading. Stocks drop because of external negative forces. I go into spreads. That requires not only an open mind, but a willingness to sometimes lose money to gain knowledge. Did I actually say lose money to gain knowledge? Of course. Let's talk about your expectations. I love when people say, well, Tyrone, I'm with you. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to make a lot of money. Sometimes their expectations affect their success. Why? Because sometimes those students are thinking, I'm going to make a lot of money fast, and it's always going to be fast money. And when the market goes in the opposite direction, they're disappointed. And some people in life don't handle disappointment well. Now, I have learned a great deal of life lessons from being a successful trader and investor in the stock market. So let me run this past you. Your wealth is in your thinking. So the amount of money that you earn in this lifetime is based on what you believe to be true. So if you have an open mind, you can expand your thinking and start making larger sums of money. But even when that happens, you're going to have to learn how to be patient and to be persistent. Why? Because things in life aren't always going to go your way. But if you look at the things that didn't go your way as an opportunity to learn something new, your perception will be elevated. Most people give up being persistent because they want to do the easy thing. And there are times in the stock market where learning how to be a successful trader and investor is not easy. And most importantly, your expectations of what you thought was going to happen will not be met. So look at your life right now. Think about where you are in your life and think about where you thought you would be or what you think should happen for you. Where you thought you would be and what you think should happen for you are your expectations. And what do you do in your life when your expectations aren't met? What are your thoughts that pop up? Are they negative? Are they positive? Are they encouraging? When your expectations aren't met, do you hear the voices of negative people around you saying, I told you so? So when your expectations aren't met when it comes to money in life, what am I suggesting that you do? You stay open to learning from your expectations. Sometimes when you're trading in the stock market and the stock doesn't explode and move as quickly as you want, it's not the stock that's the problem, it's your expectations. Expectations can sometimes kill your financial dreams. Don't let negative expectations stop you from moving forward. Back in a moment.
Want to increase your stock market trading profits? Then you need to start your monthly membership to WITradeschool.com right now. Don't understand how to write covered calls for monthly income? No problem. Simply review Tyrone's latest stock trades in our video library as many times as you need. WITradeschool.com is all about helping you get the financial education you need to earn money in the stock market and change your financial life. Tyrone Jackson, the wealthy investor, has helped his students earn thousands of dollars per month trading stocks online from home. These are people just like you. So what are you waiting for? Follow Tyrone Jackson's red-hot stock trades and investment strategies today. Don't wait. Start your monthly membership at WITradeschool.com right now.
Patience, persistence, and profits. Are you willing to be persistent even when things don't go your way? I say you should be if you're willing to learn from the experience. It's a wonderful life lesson here, learning when to be patient, to remain persistent. In the case of the stock market, that's when your profits become consistent. So I often say to a lot of traders, like, one of the things that you're going to discover when you use the wealthy investor approach is this is ultimately going to become a game between you and yourself, right? Because once you learn how to collect dividends and volatility trade and collect covered call premiums, it's all about staying consistent. But a lot of people don't want to be persistent, therefore they can never be consistent in their profits. Now let's talk about profits. How much money can you actually earn in the stock market? And I've said this on the show before, but it's really important that I remind you of this right now at this point in your life. We are in an extraordinary period in history where we've never seen this amount of technological growth, both in software, apps, the internet, and the ability to reach people all around the world. What are we looking for when we buy stocks? We're looking for companies that sell products, services online all around the world, which means for these companies, their earning potential is unlimited. As an investor, right here, right now, I'm here to tell you today that from this day forward, your earning potential is unlimited. There is no cap. There is no ceiling. It's only what you've been taught. Well, a lot of people say, then when I go to my job, I'm going to ask my boss for a raise. That's not what I'm talking about. Your boss is only going to pay you but so much because they have to maintain a profit margin. So how do you make your earning power unlimited? You become a stock market trader and investor. Some people are so busy exchanging time for money, they never stop to realize there's only but so much time, and your employer can only give you but so much money for your time. So if you walk in a bold way and you say, I deserve this, your employer at some point will go, well, I now release you, go out into the world and get what you deserve. That's not the most crafty way to become financially independent. What happened if you committed to moving a little bit of your paycheck on a monthly basis into the stock market? Well, now your unearned income, as they call it under the IRS code, is unlimited. Why? Because you're going to buy shares in companies who are selling products and services all around the world. So if you really want to be successful financially, don't look at the raise. Look at what you're doing with the money that you actually have. For example, and I'm going to show you some companies right now. Two of my favorite companies over the last 5 years done extraordinarily well. One of them is a little company called Netflix. You ever hear of them? Right. 5 years ago, gang, this is not hundreds of years ago. This is 5 years ago. Those shares were trading at $92 per share. $92. Now, if you're listening to this show right now, I'm pretty sure you have $92. You could have bought one share. Where are those shares today? $500. $500. Did your $92 double? Well, that would be about $184, right? Did it triple? No, even more than that. Why? Because when we're shareholders, we let our money do the work and let the companies bring in the revenue. And then $92,000 is now worth what? Over $500,000. Do you see how it works? The answer is not in a raise or increasing your income. It's about doing the right thing with the money that you have, about planting seeds in that garden, and that garden is called wealth. you're going to build a wealth garden and stay on board and use the wealthy investor approach to buy the right stocks that are on the move. Let's talk about Amazon.com. It's not about the raise at your job. It's about what you do with the money that you have. 5 years ago, shares of Amazon.com were trading at $702 a share. Where are those shares right now? $3,300 a share. And how long? In less than 5 years. The mindset shift for you has to be commitment to be persistent, patient, and let the money work for you so you can enjoy the profits. What does that mean? $7,000 invested in Amazon.com is now worth over $33,000. $700,000 is now worth what? $3.3 million. Do you see why the rich get richer? You have the opportunity right now to change your life. Change your thinking, be willing to be patient, persistent, and the profits will follow. Guaranteed. I'll see you right here next week on Trading Stocks Made Easy.
You've been listening to the Trading Stocks Made Easy podcast. Be sure to rate and review our show on iTunes. While you're on iTunes, be sure to click the subscribe button and you'll automatically receive our next episode.